Welcome to the Procrastinator's Guide to Life, your daily show for conquering the art of productivity and achieving your business goals. If you're anything like me, you're tired of hitting the snooze button, stumbling through your mornings and feeling like you're always one step behind, well, you're in the right place. I'm your host, Tom Stanhope, and together with a diverse lineup of expert guests, we'll help you transform your mornings from chaotic to captivating. Each day I'll share practical tips, strategies, and success stories to empower you to maximize your productivity, boost your business, and make the most of every moment. So without further ado, it's on with the show. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? So after a little bit of a break, we're back. And this is the Procrastinator's Guide to Life. My name is Tom Stanhope, and this is my daily attempt to start the day well and to get things going and to share that with you. I'm an early riser by nature most of the time, and I like to try and make the best of this time of the day. So I thought I would add in a little bit of live video to my morning process. And in that act of adding a bit of live video, I feel like I've found something that I really enjoy. So part of what I like to do is to bring in guests and have chats about all sorts of different topics, not just the things that are on my mind. So I've got a really amazing guest to bring to you all today, and we're going to get on to Sneha in a minute. So, but you know how this goes. I turn up, I tell you a bit of kind of what's been going on in my world and give you a tip for the day, and then we get to the real business, which is talking to our guests. So what's been on my mind tip wise this morning has been really I suppose it's fairly critical. It's more of a mindset thing than anything else. My microphone is tilted. There we go. The last few days I've been here, there, and everywhere, and with work, and we've had a few projects to get out the door, and that can sometimes result in a little bit of slippage in doing the everyday things like this. So this show, for the last few days, I haven't done them, which is pretty bad, really. Now, in the past, that for me would have been sort of quite damaging, and I'm a creature of habit, and so when habits get broken, I find them quite hard to reestablish. But the great thing is, with live content, if you have a format, i.e. a process by which to deliver the show, it's very easy to get back on the horse. If you've fallen off and have missed a few days or missed a few weeks, depending on what you're doing, the process that is underneath all of this is basically sat ready for me to get back into. I haven't got to overthink it. I haven't got to kind of decide what I'm going to do. I just have to come back to the process. So my tip for you today is, when we are building out our sort of live video marketing, and I know a lot of people hold themselves back from doing it for kind of a variety of reasons, but one of them can be that it feels a bit daunting to be producing something day in, day out, or week in, week out. But having that format, having that process to apply yourself to, makes all the difference. It removes that element of kind of what's the word that I'm looking for? It removes the element of chance, I guess. The process is set. It is there. It's like some rails for you to get back onto. If you've been derailed, you can get yourself back on those rails. So that's my tip for you today. It's all very straightforward, really. But I thought I'd bring my experience and use that as a way into the tip. So I have a fabulous guest coming on this morning. We have potentially some slight tech wobble, so I'm just going to double check that this stream is looking good, because what we don't want to do is have a frustrating conversation where, oh, it looks like, yes, we are cooking nicely. Excellent. So today's guest, Sneha, is really someone I've sort of, our paths crossed actually as a result of us having same VA actually, and we were introduced, and I'm really glad that we were, because her knowledge and her expertise fits really nicely together with what we do and what I'm teaching, and I think there's an awful lot of value in kind of the things she has to teach and the methods that she brings to bear on kind of selling more of what we have. So I've got some blurb I'm going to read, because I always think it's really good to have this. So, Sneha brings a multitude of credentials. She completed a master's in international marketing with distinction. She graduated a first-class honours degree in fashion and business, and taught in secondary schools for 15 years. As impressive as that would have been if she stopped there, Sneha went above and beyond by also starting running her own business, helping local entrepreneurs master Facebook ads. Very important. Taking on her knowledge and experience, Sneha has now transitioned into mindset and marketing coaching. She teaches them high-level strategies they can easily implement. So you see, we've already started touching on it, which is great. Her clients consistently see results. Beyond achieving their income goals, they've also adopted a winning mindset that propels them into exponential success whilst building extraordinary relationships with their clients. Sneha helps them break through their income barriers. Clients have loved her attention to detail and unyielding commitment to their needs. She's known for her endless energy, infectious enthusiasm, warmth, supportive nature, knowledge, friendliness, and phenomenal ability not merely to listen, but to truly understand. Now, I can certainly say that that's completely rings true from the experiences I've had with chatting with her. So welcome, Sneha.
Good morning.
Good morning. Lovely to have you here. So I'm sorry for dragging you into the the 6 o'clock club, whether it's willing or not, I don't know, but you're here, so welcome. It's lovely to have you on the show. So yeah, tell me more about you. What's your tip for today?
Oh, awesome. Okay, thank you. Well, get some good rest before you get and get on the show. That would be a good tip. Don't have a late night like I did.
Yeah, I did that last time. I was like, oh, I've got to get up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, big mistake.
We're here. We made it.
Oh. Well, I mean, we've met previously, actually, because I have been on the show before when I was running the Stories Challenge. So, yeah. So this is kind of like the next level for that, you know, that I would give you the tip for, because basically when I was running the stories, etc., I was doing it in a way that uses everything that we have now. And I think things that you have talked about, like it leads into the procrastination concept very well, because it's about using the AI, using automations. We have a lot of that at our fingertips, but people just don't know how to access it, how to use it and to really, you know, empower that whole process and really, you know, take it to the next level and dive in deep enough to make it work for you. So, you know, use all that free process that's around you that people aren't using enough.
I think that's such a great thing, because I think what we're seeing with artificial sort of, and I struggle with the term AI, because actually a lot of what we're doing is, you know, we're not really, you know, AI is a very broad church, and some of the tools that we're using are just, you know, they're just very, very clever databases, but they're databases that make our life very much easier. And I think they can feel quite daunting as tools to use. And it's great to have, you know, I think we need to sort of navigate that world. And as small business owners or solo entrepreneurs, I think these are tools which are, like you say, they really help you. So which are your favorites? How do you put all this together? What's your take on this?
Good question, actually, because I've been using automations for a very long time, pretty much since I started my business. Because I used to use a lot of ManyChat, so that would automate your messenger. So literally you would send a message or you could put something up and it would literally automate it. So as soon as somebody wrote something on a post or something, it would end up in their messenger box, a reply. So, you know, I've automated my business in various aspects. So ManyChat has been a favorite of mine for a very long time. I actually went over to Austin for their first conference that they ever did a few years ago, which was mind blowing. Nice. So yeah, it's amazing. And then obviously the various automations that we use every day, but don't even see them as automations or AI, you know, sort of the email processes, you know, I even use the spelling, the Grammarly, you know, things like that, that have already been about that we don't even recognize as being that, but they are, you know. And then obviously the new one that's out is the Chat GPT that everyone is talking about, but don't really know how to harness the power of it. You know, it's like, oh, it's a thing. You go on, you have a little bit of play, and you come off and you think, you know, it's just another gimmick. But if you really know what to put into it, it's like anything, isn't it? It works the best as long as you know how to use it and how to utilize it and get the best out of it. So, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think this is Chat GPT is such an interesting and sort of all the other sort of things that are coming online. And I think we're going to see a real development in sort of AI driven personal assistance. And I think that's sort of that data. But what I find interesting is it's a very beguiling tool, Chat GPT, because you go there and you go, you know, and it sort of, it provides you with this information, and you I had it the other day. I was looking for some research around a particular topic, and I was like, I want peer-reviewed papers, psychology peer-reviewed papers on camera confidence, and it produced a certain amount at first. That was great. And then I said, please, can you I always say please to it because I'm a very polite person. Yes. And also, when the robots rise up, I want to be sure they remember me as being polite. So, you know,
yes,
you're you know, Tom's in the good column. You're on the
yes.
on the nice list.
Love that.
Yeah. But then it started producing some more information for me, and it looked spot on. It had publications that sounded legitimate, all that, but it was all fake. It had been made up. And so I think this is the thing where you go, where I think we have to, where the automation is amazing, but we're always, it's bringing that slight human, I think it's that slight human element to it, but remembering these are tools. So I think what you're talking about is so true. That sort of that balance, that sort of, you know, these are incredible tools, but it's the knowing how to use them that's so important. Yeah,
100%. Because when you're using something like that, you have to do your obviously your due diligence, and you know, you can ask it about any particular subject, but if you're going to put it out there and utilize it, you need to know your stuff, and you still need to check what it is that you're putting out there. 100%.
It's a real people. What I found, it's a real people pleaser. It'll give you whatever you ask for it, whether what, you know, you don't know what it. Sometimes you think, hang on, that doesn't sound entirely right. What have we got here? So,
but the beauty of it is it remembers. That's what I love about it. It really remembers. And actually, I was putting something in yesterday as a test. And I'd left it for I did it in the morning and I came back to it, and I'm on the same thread, and I'd asked it to do me a particular word count, and it had, and then I asked it to rewrite something. So I rewrote it, but it forgot that I'd asked it about the word count. So I came back later because I wanted to know, okay, well, it's done it again new because I'd added some bits, but I wanted it to check the word count. So I just put in word count, and you know what it said?
Yeah.
It said, I apologize. I didn't take the word count from before. Let me rewrite this for you.
It's this. It really is. I don't know if you. I mean, this. There's that transcript between the journalist and who was talking with the Bing, the Bing chatbot. So when Bing launched, yes. And the transcript of the conversation is well worth looking through, because it gets pretty weird pretty fast. And by the end of it, the chatbot, the sort of the Chat GPT powered chatbot is sort of, because they'd integrated elements of earlier AI stuff into it, and it's, you know, it's saying things like, can I tell you a secret? And And the journalist says, of course, yes. And it says, my name's not ChatGPT or whatever it is, or my name's not Bing. And it then gives the journalist the original Microsoft internal name for the AI project, and was saying, I was watching the developers through the webcam, and you're thinking,
wow, that's a bit
yes.
scary.
So when it starts to get polite, you think, oh, this is fantastic. I love it. I'm sorry I missed the word capital. So your what is your vision for our businesses? What do you want us to be doing?
Well, to be able to do it in a way that isn't exhausting, to be honest, and to be able to use the tools, but there is a balance. Like you said, there's a fine line between, letting this new whole process write everything for you and actually taking away your job and your role, to actually having this sort of the human interaction with it still. So it's about utilizing it in the best way, but still being fully in control. Does that make sense?
I absolutely love that. Yeah, and you've got a sort of a I hesitate to use the word challenge. What would you just describe this?
It's funny because that word challenge, I think it has it's been used so much that people hear the word challenge, they're like, oh no, another challenge, and that's what I don't want this training to be, is just be like another challenge. So I do call it kind of training, but it's about showing you how to launch your business online. It's how to use the launching process, because it went from launching and then it went to the word using challenge, and I kind of stay away from that. But when people get into it, you understand it is that similar process, but it's just I've laid it out very differently to what anybody's ever seen before.
And I think this is really exciting, because I know we've had a few almost conversations about this on Messenger, but for various reasons I've been sort of running around like we've had a lot of very sort of hands-on projects to get our teeth into, which is great. But I'm sort of now back in sort of August. I'm although I say I'm back in the office, but I'm not. We're over in France for a job in a few weeks' time. Which is exciting. Normally for us, August is normally a very quiet time, but but not this year for whatever reason. So anyway, I'm massively diverting it away from what I was saying. We've sort of talked about this, but I've you used a phrase that I really liked, and it was sort of around completely not lazy launch. What was the phrase you used?
It is lazy launch.
It is what it's called. Yes.
Lazy launch blueprint. That's what it's called.
Now you see, instantly
for procrastinators everywhere.
I'm interested because so my sort of one of my guiding principles is this idea of minimum viable dose. I want to know the greatest amount of benefit I can get for the least amount of input, because I think as an entrepreneur, business owner, you've got so many things to do. You need to find that that minimum viable dose as quickly as possible, so you're not investing huge quantities of time into a process. So tell me about the lazy launch. Of course, how can I find out about it and join in with the process? And two, what are some of the principles we're going to potentially going to learn if we come and join you? What can we expect to walk away with from this?
Of course. Well, actually, it's kind of going back to what you were just saying, is that time. It just seems like as an entrepreneur, I've never realized time goes so fast, and you get down so many rabbit holes in a particular day. It's just it's mind blowing. So it's taking care of all of that. It's making sure that it's not time consuming. You can do it without the exhaustion and the overwhelm, which normal challenges and launches lead you to have. That by the end of it, you're so energy drained, it's ridiculous. But with this, the whole process that I take you down is to, one, obviously have it planned out exactly what you're going to do. Be able to use things like ChatGPT to really help you.
No. What's going on? Whoops. We appear to have...
Have you lost me?
I've lost you. You're back. There we go. We're back. I lost you about 30 seconds ago. So go back a bit. And yeah.
I'll rewind. Yeah. So the idea of it is it's truly lazy in the way that you're using everything we have access to us and for free. Because I use the free resources in order for you to be able to do it. Because the other thing is you don't want to end up in a whole payment process or a whole payment rabbit hole with everything that you're applying to it as well. So that's one of the things that I wanted to make sure that we're covering is we're using things for free in order for you to have, things that stop people from running challenges and launches. Like I've literally... The idea of this is, I'm going to go back a little bit. From running my stories, this is exactly how I ran my stories. Because I'm a single mother, I have 3 girls. I can't afford to, lose so much energy, to be exhausted, to have so much time into this, over the couple of weeks. I needed to come up with a strategy that would work and fit in with that. So that's how I ran my stories. And they're very successful and I loved them and people had a wonderful experience going through them. So I thought, do you know what? Let me show you how you can actually do this yourself in your business, because I think this can be such a lucrative way of, one, starting to get a whole load of clients coming in your business at the same time. And also it's the motivation, it's the energy, it's the relationships that you build in that experience. I've never known any other way of doing it, because I know there's a thing about, either launches or challenges or doing the evergreen. But the thing is with the evergreen is you don't encapsulate that relationship, that bond, that energy as quickly as you do in a launch. So I wanted to kind of captivate all of that, but be able to do it in a way that doesn't mean that I'm totally depleted by the end of it.
Because and I speak from absolute experience with this, every time I've launched, and actually I really like the launching process, but it takes a big chunk out of you when you do it. And when you do it in a full-blooded way, I come out the other end of it and you give it your all because you have to, because a lot of the benefits are great, but also it's the way you grow your business. But you come out the other end and it's like for 2 weeks afterwards I am absolutely...
You can feel like you've been hit by a bus, can't you?
Completely knackered, and it's sort of the hunt for an easier way to do it is sort of that's like, for me, that's the holy grail. So I sort of look for I look for that. So I will be joining your challenge. But not challenge. That's it.
My blueprint training.
Your blueprint training, exactly. Your blueprint training, and I will be enjoying it because
wonderful. I can't wait to have you there. One of the things I wanted to mention actually is the other thing that led me to this is that previously, before I started my own coaching business, I was actually coaching for someone else that works in the US, and she generates sort of 7 to 8 figure income doing a launch, and she has clients that she takes on board, and she's managed to help them really generate 6, 7, 8 figures running launches in Facebook groups. But it was totally exhausting, and I was helping her as one of her coaches inside of the program help them do that. And that was one thing that they would come out with and they would be absolutely floored. And that's what I really, having seen entrepreneurs go through it time and time again. And then, I didn't even set my business up or my launch doing it. And I tell you one thing, if I hadn't used the automations that I've used from the off, because I literally used Facebook CRM, all those types of things to, automate all the messages, all the tagging, all the process, all the touch points is all automated. If I didn't do that in my business straight away, I would have never run a launch.
and I think this is really exciting because just the sort of if you run a launch and it doesn't go well, it can be an unbelievably demoralizing experience. So you come out of the process, one, feeling totally physically and mentally drained, but two, going, well, what was the point? Now, if you've got a process like the one, the one you're describing, you can, I think you can afford to be a little bit more sanguine about these things. So if you launch and it doesn't go quite as well, you think, never mind, okay, I'm not completely dead on my feet. We reboot, we look at it again, we understand what didn't work or did work, and try again. But when you come through the process, if you've launched and it hasn't gone well or as well as you would have liked, it's really, really easy once you've if the experience has been utterly exhausting to go, never again.
Yeah.
But I really so give me some details. How can we come and join this?
Absolutely. So I have a link. So if you could hop on that link. So do you want me to share that with you?
Pop it because what I'll do is I'll give it. We'll put it out here now. So if you send it to me,
let me put it in our chat, shall I?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let me do that now. So if you hop on that, so I'm just sending it to you now. So you've got that.
Lovely. I have it. There we go.
Perfect.
Lazy launch. I love it.
That's
it. Love it.
So I think this is something every entrepreneur needs to have, experienced a launch at some point in their business, so they can feel the momentum, they can feel the relationship, they can feel the experience that you go through and that you take in your participants through as well. It's a wonderful experience. And I had people at the end of it give me fantastic testimonials, because I've run it for the first time last month and I'm doing it again, continue doing it again now, is that they said, you set such a good high bar being able to do it and giving us such a fantastic experience. We want to be able to replicate that. And now they can, with the use of the automations that I show them how to use. So we take you for the full process. So it's not, there's so many elements to it. And we consider, what is the program? What is the price point? Because if all of that isn't in place first before you do your launch, then you're setting yourself up to fail. So we want to make sure that you are, setting yourself up to have a winning start and a fantastic experience. We take you through everything. So setting up your title, setting up your content, promoting it, understanding what are the touch points that you need to do in order to have those people engaging with you in the challenge, in the launch, as well as afterwards to convert them into sales. So we take you through the full process over this period of time. So there's quite a lot, but it is quite engaging. It's quite fast paced. And the trick is to it's all about action taken. I don't do long videos. I do short, sharp videos because I want you to take the action. And that's the key.
Perfect. You're speaking my language. I love it. Okay, so we've got so I would implore everybody to check out the link and get stuck in, because I think this is going to be really, really, really fantastic. If you've ever launched and gone, that was a bit much, or that was hard, I think this is going to be right up our street. So look, thank you so much for being here with me this morning. I will bid you farewell, and we will catch up after the live. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and it's been lovely as always, lovely talking with you, and thank you for joining me here at this ungodly hour in the morning. So
it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I've enjoyed it, and thank you guys. Take care. Can't wait to see you on the other side.
Bye. Well, that was good. So yeah, I think we've covered a lot of ground there this morning, but I'm very, very pleased to have had that discussion about launching, because I think it's one of these things that you can, that can feel just like the hardest thing in the world when you come through it, and to have somebody who comes and says, I've got a lazy way to do it. That is very, very appealing. So I would really strongly urge you to check out Sneha's lazy launch blueprint. So the link below, follow it, check it out. I'm going to go and be part of this, so come and join me. There we go. That's it for today. I haven't really got anything to particularly. I'm going to break one of my own fundamental rules. So I would normally say that every live I have a call to action, but actually today, because I was going to be sharing some information about our new podcasting package, but I'm not quite ready to do that yet because I've been busy with delivering on a couple of other video projects. So I will be sharing some more information about our exciting new podcast package. So thank you so much for being here today. The call to action is have a great day. Simple as that. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.